Hi, my name is Megan and I have Stargardt disease. I decided to make this video because I was recently searching around on the internet to find some resources for me to send to my friends so they could understand what my life is like living with Stargardts. And to be truthful, I didn't really find anything that could help. So I decided to make my own video. And hopefully there are some people out there who can relate to what I'm going through and people who want to connect, because I've been feeling that probably for the past year or two, that I'm ready to sort of connect with other people who have Stargardts or who have family members who have Stargardts or know somebody who has Stargardts to just, I don't know, to just relate and talk about what it's like to live with Stargardts. I was diagnosed in 2008, I believe. Yeah, 2008. So I've lived with Stargardts for several years now, and it's really just a fact of life for me. I go some days without thinking about it, and those are always good days. But then I have days where it's incredibly frustrating, and I just try and get through those days, but I never think of myself as suffering from Stargardts. I have limitations, and I have hurdles that I have to jump over every day, but I have yet to find something that I simply could not do. So that's encouraging, at least for me, hopefully. I know Stargardts can kind of differ from person to person. Fortunately for me, I'm not completely blind. And my Stargardts has plateaued. Really, ever since I was diagnosed, it's been basically the same ever since. I haven't noticed anything getting worse. So that's good. As far as research goes and developments and working towards a cure, I have not been in any clinical trials or anything like that. My parents stay updated on any new sort of home treatments, like taking fish oil, little tablets, or saffron, what are those, little pills or something. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I haven't done any sort of medical treatments. I'm optimistic about a cure. I think there's no better time to have Stargardts than right now. Had this, I mean, even 30 years ago, it would have been awful. I mean, they don't have the technology that we do today, so we're lucky to be living in this age and having Stargardts, if we had to have Stargardts at all, which I would wish that nobody would have to, but alas, here we all are, living with our partially blind eyes, but that's okay. As far as my life goes and things that I've found maybe frustrating or sort of debilitating, I mean, the only, well, school is a big hurdle sometimes, but I've been lucky enough to go to a high school and a university that are supportive, and even the university that I currently attend didn't really have any knowledge of Stargardts. They'd never had anyone with Stargardts. They had only ever had a pretty small portion of students with a visual impairment at all. So I was new to them as far as trying to find accommodations and whatnot that I might need at school, but they have been more than accommodating and willing to help me out, and there's nothing like a good support system when you're at school, because I can't imagine not being able to go to school because of my impairment. There are so many things that I want to learn and things that I want to achieve in my life, and if my school wasn't supportive, I wouldn't be able to do those things. So I'm lucky enough to attend a school that is supportive and offers as many resources as possible, and if they don't have it, they go out and they find whatever I need, so they're pretty great. I had wanted to study abroad for a while, but I wasn't going to because I was worried that the other university that I would go to may not know how to handle my visual impairment as well as my school does, and I just worried that it was going to be a whole process trying to get them to recognize Stargardts as my school has, because, I mean, those of you with Stargardts who are in school probably know that there's so many forms and people you have to go through and things to sign and whatnot, so I was worried about that, and then I just one day went to a study abroad fair and found a program and did it. And I'm currently abroad right now, actually. I am not taking courses, but I am doing an internship. And I really lucked out at my internship because my supervisor is really awesome and accommodating and always asks if I need anything and that sort of thing. And I was a bit nervous about that because, to be honest, I wasn't even going to bring it up at all, that I needed help sometimes, but the study abroad agency actually told her already, and because I had told them about my issues that's a silly word. It's not an issue. It's just my vision problems. And everything has been really great. I managed to fly all the way from my hometown to Sydney, Australia, where I am now, by myself. And that's not something I really thought I could do, to be quite honest. I have always been stressed out by airports just because of my vision. I love traveling and I frequent airports a lot. Well, that's redundant. I go to airports a lot because I travel a lot. So I had to travel quite a ways with several different flights and changing terminals and changing gates and making sure I'm where I need to be, and all of that kind of stuff is stressful. But I did it, and it's not impossible, and it's a bit scary and nerve-wracking, but I find that people are pretty willing to help you out. You don't even have to say anything about your vision, really. I mean, to be quite honest, sometimes I just play dumb, like, oh, I can't find my flight, can you help me? Like, I don't know, just because I think it's easier than trying to be like, I can't see very well, and although my parents would probably be like, no, it's just say that, like, people won't think anything of it, but that's just me trying not to draw too much attention to myself. But I guess I say all of that to say that it's not impossible to do what you want and live with Stargardts. It's merely a hurdle to just jump over, or if you would rather, I don't know, jump through it, take the hurdle down with you, I don't know. I think one thing that I've learned as I've lived with Stargardts for a few years now is that people may stare, people may give you kind of a quizzical look. Most of the time they're just curious why you have bigger print on your paper or why you are 2 inches from your computer screen. And most of the time they are just curious for a couple seconds, and if they don't say anything, then they probably won't talk to you about it. But sometimes they may ask, like, why are you sitting so close, or why is your text bigger than mine, kind of thing. And if someone asks, then I tell them, just because I don't see a sense in I don't know, avoiding the topic, because it's only a big deal to me. And that's something that I've had to learn over the years and come to grips with, is that my vision is a big deal to me and to no one else. Nobody really cares. I mean, so what if I have the font on my computer size 20 and yours is 12? Nobody cares. It's different. It's out of the ordinary, so that's why anyone would even draw attention to it. So that's something I think that is important to understand about it. It's not a big deal to anybody else but to you. And so that's comforting, I think, because, I mean, and I've even asked friends, like, what did you think when you first saw me doing this or that? Or, I mean, if I came up to you in the airport asking you to find my flight on the monitor because I can't see it because it's 10 feet above my head, you know, what would you think? Would you think that I'm stupid, that I can't read? Or would you think anything at all? And 9 times out of 10, if I asked 10 friends, which I only asked like 5, so, you know, 4 out of 5 would say that they wouldn't even think anything of it. They would help me find it and then be like, okay, bye. And the reality of it is, using the airport example, is that you'll probably never see these people again. So what is there to lose? Nothing. So what if you embarrass yourself a little bit, or somebody says something like, what? Can't you read? I mean, really, that's on them, don't you think? Like, why are you so rude? Why would you come to that conclusion? Like, hey, why don't you just find my flight and see you later? But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's something that maybe we as individuals with Stargardts have to sort of realize that it's not a big deal to anybody else, just us. And lucky enough for us, hopefully, you have a good support system. People who understand that. People who understand what you deal with and what sort of limitations you may have, and just step right in and help you out. Don't even ask questions. I have a great support system, my family and my friends, who understand my situation and don't even ask me if I need them to read something off. They just do it. And that's like the best thing ever. And sometimes it's kind of just funny because, I don't know, they just do it, and it's good. It's nice to have people who are so supportive. And in the past, probably a year or so ago, my younger sister was actually diagnosed with Stargardt's. So it's been nice to sort of have each other, and we share little tricks and things that we learn to kind of help ourselves. And it's good to have someone who understands. And although it's trouble when we go out together, because if I ask her, like, oh, what does that say? She's like, oh, I don't know. So it's a little bit not helpful, but that's okay. It's just a fact of life, and it's not the end of the world. And I know it's called a disability, but I don't feel disabled at all. I feel confident. I feel like I can do most anything that I want. And so that's encouraging. And I'm not really sure if I was going to make this like a series of videos or kind of just a one-time thing. So I'm going to just assume that this is going to be a one-time thing, but maybe if I get hit by this like YouTube bug, then I'll create more videos. But I'm not really the type of person to have a YouTube channel. So this is strange. This is new territory for me. So I hope that you're able to relate to this video. And feel free to reach out to me, to connect. I love people. That's something I enjoy. I enjoy meeting new people and connecting. So if that's something that you're interested in, please feel free to comment, or, I don't know, find me on Facebook or something. I hope that that this was somewhat helpful. That's my goal. So thank you for watching this obnoxiously long video of me just talking to myself here in the camera. And keep on keeping on.